Hey, come on over. Come on over. Hey, it's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the campfire. I'm glad you didn't get lost. I know it's pretty dark outside, but it's good to see that you're here. I hope you're not afraid of the dark. Well, you shouldn't be. You have a big roux with you. So why don't you come sit down by the fire with me and let's get cozy for the night. Sounds good? Awesome. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying the spooky season. I love this time of the year. You get to see all the cool, creepy critters spawning about and all the spooks that could happen. I know it's not for everyone, but I really like it. It's one of my favorite and most anticipated times of the year. But I think for just tonight, by the campfire, we have a nice, relaxing story for you all. Something soft, something cute, and just wholesome. Yeah. But that's if you don't mind listening, of course. Wonderful. So how about we get into it then? In a world long forgotten, where fairy tales and magic were everywhere that I can see, we find our intrepid roux taking a small break on his adventure by a large, shady tree. Digging and rattling through his backpack for any kind of snack to nibble on. He takes a deep breath and sighs. Dang it, I forgot my snacks again. Before closing the backpack up with a huff and a pout. Leaning back against the tree for a moment and nods. While thinking aloud, well, I guess I better go find something to nibble on for the day then. Taking a deep breath, then grunting as they get back up, shaking their paws, shaking them about to get them warmed up again for the search of an easy snack. Following the path that looked worn down by many others before them, he keeps an eye out for any treat, berry to nibble on, to nibble, 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 nibble on. The beaten down path was long and winding, as they make their way deeper through the forest, before noticing the path had trailed off in a different direction. I haven't seen anything on the main path, so why not? Thinking aloud before following the detour for a bit. The bushes looked more lush the deeper he went in, then before long, coming across what looked like a secluded but open grove. There was a gentle breeze blowing across the roof's face. It felt colder than before, but refreshing, like the weather had changed. Walking into the grove, there was a pristine lake, glimmering with what looked like large crystals sprawled about, along with what looked like other beautiful treasures. Gasping in awe from seeing the beauty hidden away and wondering if anything or anyone was around, he looks around to make sure. Well, I don't see anything guarding the place, and a swim sounds perfect after a long walk, after not finding anything to eat. It was like fate had heard them as a thundering boom after boom from the sky was getting closer to the grove. Our shocked roux jumped and looked for a place to hide in panic, looking at the water, and rushed, thinking it would hide them and their scent. Before leaping into the water, he flung his backpack into the open, unintentionally, to not get it wet. He hits the water with a heavy sploosh from cannonballing tries to blend in with the deep, lowering his ears down to not give himself away from those thunderous booms that were getting closer. As he looks up, he sees a large dragon flying down. It blended well with the sky before landing with a heavy thud on the ground, gasping in the water in shock before holding their paw to their muzzle so no bubbles could get away. He got a good view of the massive white dragon. The dragon was beautiful. It had a long body covered in soft white fluff and a large, scaly, yellow underbelly. It had 2 pairs of large wings on its back that stretched out like feathery sails, with nice fluffy ears and glowing emerald eyes, while sporting lovely fangs. It had a long, thick tail that swayed and swayed gently behind them to match its sheer size. The dragon looked around, as if sensing something. It sniffed the air and let out a deep, bellowing sigh. Shivering, our road felt a chill run down their spine, wondering if the dragon had noticed their presence in the water. The massive dragon quickly notices the disturbance as the flung backpack laid open and sprawled out with stuff. It looks over the bag before giving it a curious sniff. Catching a scent, it looks around for a moment, sniffing the air, sniffing it about, and finding that familiar scent before wandering towards the lake. Stunned and still not wanting to spook the dragon as it looms towards the water with heavy paws thudding on the ground. He looks up and sees those deep, piercing green eyes before the dragon snaps its gaze down at them. Its maw opens wide, really wide, like it's going to roar, only to softly snicker. You know, it's just rude to barge into someone's home uninvited, the dragon said, gulping deeply and nods from getting caught. The roo stands up and waves sheepishly. I'm sorry. I was just starving and was looking for some food and heard a massive boom, so I hid. I mean you no harm. The dragon chuckles and sits down in front of them, showing off that large, doughy underbelly. Given how frantic you sound, it seems like you're telling the truth, so don't worry. Chuckling happily as her voice was soothing and calm to the ears. Let's get you out of that cold water, huh? I may be an ice dragon, but that doesn't mean I don't give nice, warm hugs after all. Leaning forward, the large dragon wraps its paws around the roo and picks them up for a moment before blowing over him gently to get some of that cold water off. There. Now, a bit more dry. Let's get you warmed up. With a sheepish meep, the roo gets pulled towards the large dragon's doughy underbelly and gets smothered with fluff and scales. It felt warm to the touch and rather relaxing, as those soft scales felt like home to hug into. This feels really nice. The roo muffled as he snuggles up, eagerly enjoying that warmth, before hearing a deep growl from his belly. I'm sorry about that. I'm still really hungry from all this walking, he exclaimed. The large ice dragon leans back for a moment with a loving smile. Well, my little friend, my little friend, it looks like you stopped by fidgets, and with the poof, a plate of large, puffy, puffy, puffy donuts appear in front of their paws. They take one and eagerly bite into it. Nom 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 nom. Mmm, that fresh magic taste. They giggle with delight. The fruit looks in awe and with a drool as he catches that familiar smell. How did you know I like donuts? You just met me. The dragon looks over to his bag and points before leaning down and sniffing him again. You seem to pack a lot of them in that bag you threw, giggling playfully before offering the plate to the roux. He huffs in a fluster as he takes one of the large, puffy donuts with both paws. Can you blame a roux? This is so good. Before planting his fangs into it and getting a rush of warmth and relaxation washing over them as it tasted amazing. Good gosh, magical donuts. These are incredible. Thank you so much, kind dragon. She smiles back with pleasant delight. With pleasure, little one. With pleasure. Happy to make a new friend. And what better way than with food, right? She gives the roux soft, soft, soft rubs over his head and keeps him close to that warm, doughy belly. Looking down with those deep, green emerald eyes with such care, she asks, how about while you stay here for a bit and warm up, I get to know you a little bit better. I don't normally get visitors, so it would be nice to talk with someone. The roux nods eagerly as he finishes the donut and gives a soft squeeze. That sounds lovely. It's not every day one gets to hang with a dragon. After all, he giggles in excitement for finding a new friend. Time passes in the blink of an eye, like as if they had known each other for years. They were sharing stories of adventures and more of that magical, delicious food the dragon had provided. It was a night to always remember that friendship, no matter the size, can always be made. The end. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed that little story of two unlikely friends meeting and becoming friends. It was nice to just cozy up, tell a gentle little story by the fire as it crackles, all about. I hope you all sleep well, or have a relaxing day, and I'll see you next time for another story by the fire.